Yes, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Fixture List. That's Joe Smith.
Hello.
This is Stephen Howson.
Hello.
I haven't checked my collar, but that's what I think. When I woke up this morning, don't we trust that when we wake up, everything that we thought happened already happened?
Yeah.
And it's not...
You got to go with it, haven't you?
A refresh of the simulation.
You've got to just go with it. Hope that it's right. And sometimes it's not right, and those people struggle.
Yeah.
You wake up and you think things are one way and they're not, and then...
And I think I'm in that category sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move swiftly on from that. It is the Premier League break, but the fun never stops. We're going to be talking UFC, cricket, there's a bit of the other sort of rugby that's on as well.
Rugby Union, Six Nations.
Yeah, the other sort of rugby. We've got Milan Derby. That matters to United fans.
Milan are playing Derby?
No.
Oh.
I'll say in a bit.
All right.
We've also got Premier League action this week, but I want to talk to you, Joseph, about how do we complete Manchester United? Because we've just seen Bruno Fernandes brought in, very impressive debut, I thought, without scoring or assisting. There was loads of little leadership things that I saw that I was delighted with.
Yeah, and he actually looks to pass the ball forward, doesn't he?
Igalo's definitely the best Nigerian to ever play for United, not even in question.
He goes without saying, doesn't it? He blows all the rest out of the water, Steve.
I mean, in terms of Nigerians who played in the Premier League, I mean, JJ Okocha?
Yeah.
He was pretty damn good.
Kanu
was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was. Top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10 Nigerians playing in the Premier League. And he's as good as that lad who's played for Watford, I reckon. Well, that striker used to have, Nigerian fella.
Probably about the same.
Yeah, similar. So, yeah, he's not...
To be fair, if he repeats what he did in 2016, we've got a right answer.
Yeah, he got like 15 league goals.
In fact, we can... Oh, it was the old one, I think, wasn't it? The old full-time Devils background used to have Manchester United in £65 million Igalo bid. I think it was under Louis.
Really?
Yeah, the old background used to have it on it.
And now we've got him for, what, 4 million for 6 months?
Yeah.
Take it.
Barge in.
Not bad, is it?
Was having a look before, and it said Arsenal have loaned Cedric Suarez, who I think is a decent player, from Southampton, and he can't play till March, and they've paid £5 million for him, and he's on a free transfer at the end of the season. So when you think like United are shocking at transfers,
but the thing is, no one cares because it's United, because it's Arsenal. It's not United.
Yeah,
like look at Pep Guardiola, won the league last season, 19 points off top now. You think he'd be getting sacked if it was anyone else? But he can sack the rest of the team. They can't sack him. That's in his contract.
He can sit there and go, I need to sign players, and everyone goes, you need to sign players. You signed 31 players.
You need to calm down, mate. That's what you need to do. But actually, they just give him more money.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And they probably will do.
Ludicrous.
Or he'll walk away and be like, oh, summer.
I wasn't backed. I just needed a break.
What's going to be hilarious is when he says that, and everyone just writes it down instead of just someone at the back going, you fucking what?
Excuse me, what did you just say? It's probably John Stones, who's now a journalist because he's not a footballer anymore. You spent £1 billion here, it says here, on top of a team that won the league. Yeah, needed it. And then just couldn't win the league otherwise. As you saw, yeah, craziness.
So, I think, to complete Manchester United, you need a combative midfielder. I'm going to say in the flavour. Sol Niguez is the one that I keep coming back to.
You love him, don't you?
Yeah, I do love him, yeah.
I think he'd be good. I honestly haven't seen enough of him. What I've seen of him in the Champions League, what I've seen from clips here and there, he does look like a sort of an Ander Herrera 2.0.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly that. And we haven't replaced Ander Herrera. No. In fact, I'd still sign Herrera now.
Yeah,
like if he was available.
This season though, isn't he?
I don't care. So's half the rest of the fucking team.
Put him on the list.
Yeah, put him on the list.
Yeah, Sol Niguez is a sort of a slightly better passer, slightly more combative, slightly better in that defensive transition.
Just a bit of an upgrade on what Herrera was.
Yeah.
And a massive upgrade on Herrera that we don't have.
Which is Pereira. Herrera with a P.
He's coming in for some shit at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, to the point where I almost feel like, leave it now.
Well, that's the problem with the internet.
Yeah.
You can never just have nice things on the internet. No. You can never just have level, intelligent, confident. No, everything has to be extreme. Everything on the internet has to go to extreme. You can't just say,
Pereira's probably not been good enough, he's been a bit shit and wasteful. It's what he's stealing living.
Worst player I've ever seen. Yeah. We need to sell him to Walsall.
Like, people are saying, Pereira's so bad that his boss needs to get sacked. Solskjaer. Like, I can't believe he's even playing him. He got sacked. Imagine you're so bad at your job that your boss got sacked. Jesus.
I've met some of those people.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm one of them. Good luck, Steve.
Yeah. Who hired you? You. Oh,
I've got to sack myself then, I guess, because that was the worst decision anyone's ever made. What about young Jackie Grealish?
Jackie Grealish.
Because he's not quite that defensive player, but let's say we lose Pogba, then we've got Fernandes where Pogba was playing.
And he'd be making more noises this week about getting out.
Don't worry about Pogba.
Now he's telling the teammates. Like he's in the WhatsApp group, like, anyway, laters.
See in a bit, lads. Just sending pictures of like new flats that he's looking at on like Rightmove and that.
just maps of Madrid.
Exactly.
I mean, the thing is with Pogba, we're all 100% certain he's going. We're all 100% not sure where.
Yeah, I know. No one's actually after him.
Yeah.
Like, we've decided Madrid are buying him.
Yeah.
The fans, like, have they got money for him?
How funny is this where even Pogba has probably decided himself, yeah, I'm out anyway. And he's like packed his shit up and he's gone at the end of the season and like, where are you? Well, you're not at training. Yeah, I know, I've left.
I'm at the airport. Where are you going? I actually don't know.
Yeah, I've never even thought of that, actually.
I just thought I'd get here and then there'd be a phone call, but there hasn't been.
Where's Pogba going?
Don't know.
Where is Pogba going? Let us know in the comments. Where's Pogba going? Because we decided he's going Madrid.
He is going.
He's definitely going.
But where's he going?
He's telling teammates he's going.
People are saying Juventus, but he's not going for free, so he won't be Juventus. They only sign players for free.
Or 100 million.
Or 100 million.
They did pay 100 million for Ronaldo.
But I don't think they've got that much money, have they?
Have we even paid for him yet?
Who, Pogba?
Yeah.
Probably not.
So they go, OK, you've only paid, because by the sounds of it, we owe 250 million in unpaid player fees. Well, that's like after players we've signed post-Fergie. So if we probably... Let's just guess.
That's one hell of a bar tab, that, innit? Pop it on the tab, Margaret. Pogba.
And she's like...
Glass full of Pogba, please.
There's 250 million on the tab.
Yeah.
I'll be in on Friday.
I'm good
Will
for
you?
it. Yeah, I know. Weird, isn't it?
Anyway, so let's assume that we've only paid half of Pogba off. So there's probably 40, 50 million already on it. So maybe we only need another 60, 70 million on top of that.
Maybe.
Makes it more sensible for them.
Yeah, it does. But
write that off, bring that in.
Yeah, I don't know. Very strange, isn't it?
It is very strange.
But yeah, I think Jack Grealish would be a nice... Is he an out-and-out number 10? Or is he a number 8? We seem to be buying number 8s.
I like that, though.
In a system that doesn't use them.
Yeah, I like that. I like that they're both very attacking. But because they're very attacking, you do need that Matic Herrera, Niguez sort of figure that's going to sit in behind them with ultra discipline and just block off stuff. Because you can't. You do have to have a blend in your midfield. You do have to have it. But you know, De Bruyne and Silva. Prior to seeing that under Guardiola's system, would you have thought that was going to work?
No,
I wouldn't think so.
No, they've got their midfield is De Bruyne, Silva, Sterling. Who's the other one that they've got?
Bernardo,
all sorts.
It's all very similar and small, but it works.
And then Fernandinho is what makes it work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And without him, Gundogan as well is another excellent addition in that mould. He's probably got slightly better passing, I would say, than Fernandinho, but he does that shielding move or kicking as they cross the halfway line move really well. Either way, they're playing this week anyway. But anyway, Jack Grealish, Sol Niguez. That's what I think. You get them. You reckon?
I like Ndidi from Leicester.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if we're not going after Maddison now. There's been talks of a new contract with him. He's always top, second or third in most tackles in the league.
All the stats.
He's one of the few genuinely brilliant defensive midfielders in the world.
Defence.
I think he'd be perfect in a system with Grealish and Fernandes and someone else in front of him.
And it matter, that's American sports have songs that are just that. Defence.
Although we have attack.
Ah, yeah, we do, yeah. So I was going to say, like, here's a song about...
Kick.
One of the opposition players getting done for drink driving to the tune of Peter Pan intro. Like, that's English football, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're like a song, whereas they're like a chant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We like to show our voice, which is weird, isn't it? Just like 25,000 working class blokes all singing in lovely unison, all trying to hit that high note.
There's no other way that I sing in public.
No, imagine if you went to like some footballer
and the guy behind you is like, "Oi, sing!"
Yeah, I know. And you're like, "Are you in a choir?" Fuck off. You know you are in a 25,000 man choir. I suppose I am. Yeah.
I suppose so. Love it.
Thank God, every week. Choir practice.
So yeah, there is that. You watched the Super Bowl last week, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. They threw it. Touched it, touchdowned it. Did you watch it?
I mean, he says he watched it. Watch the half-time show.
Yeah, I saw you watching it on Monday in the office there.
Shakira was MVP for me.
There's a lot of replay that bits going on.
When Shakira was going, I was like,
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't say that it's not interesting.
Was that contractual? Not sure that was contractual.
I don't think it was.
I think she did that off the cuff.
I know. Yeah. And what a great cuff it was.
What it was a cuff.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let us know in the comments your favourite part of the Super Bowl. Yeah. Was it a half-time show with J-Lo and Shakira? Belting.
It was.
Right, what else are we talking about this week then? So obviously we have got Premier League football this weekend. Everton versus Palace. What Ancelotti's doing is going a little bit under the radar.
Very under the radar, because people keep talking about how well Arteta's getting draws. They can't actually focus on Ancelotti, who's winning games with a shit team.
Second best amount of points since he took over. Liverpool.
Who?
I don't know.
Me neither. Who else is playing?
So they're playing against Crystal Palace, who are winless in 7.
Yeah, they always seem to be winless in 7. And yet
shit.
They just stay like 15th. Like just out of the relegation battle. They're just a bit
they're
poor,
really shit, and their squad's really old, and they're really happy with Roy Hodgson.
I know. But they never score any goals. They just don't score. Their strikers don't score. Zaha's not scoring this season. No goals.
So that should be a tap-in of a game.
It should. But didn't Everton had to come down from a 2-0 deficit at the weekend, didn't they? So it's not like they're just cruising to wins.
No.
3-2 in like the final minute. So
pretty ordinary at times.
Yeah.
But they are getting results, and it is a results business.
That's all that matters, isn't it?
City are playing West Ham. West Ham winless in 6.
West Ham away at City is one of the tap-in 5-0 to City fixtures ever. This might come back to bite me here, but I don't care, because if West Ham cause an upset, I'm happy.
Potential double there.
But City always beat West Ham at home. Always. Batter them. They'll batter them. 4-0, 5-0. Not my words. What do you think?
You're probably right, to be honest.
Yeah. Knew it. I knew I was right. Although City have failed scoring consecutive games for the first time since 2016.
I mean, yeah, we beat them.
See? It was good, that, wasn't it? Well, sort of, because we didn't win the tie, but it was a good game.
And they should have been... expected goals on the game at Tottenham was like... It should have been like 3.5-0 City.
Yeah. I know. That's how it goes, isn't it?
It's not... And the good thing about expected goals is, as well, it checks out the quality of chances. So it wasn't just like, City had 30 shots and they were all from in their own half.
Yeah, because who cares?
Yeah, but no, they had like legitimate goal-scoring opportunities that they didn't put away. I think there's no way they go for free.
Without scoring?
Not against West Ham at home. Straight losing, yeah, West Ham at home.
No chance.
No, I think they're both decent games. Another potential decent game, which United fans are probably going to tune in for this weekend, Milan derby. Not who Rooney plays for. That's a different thing.
Okay, sorry.
AC Milan, who I got a little bit of a thing for. That 89-90 sort of
and then
Hullet, Rijkaard.
2006 Shevchenko, Pirlo era as well. 2006 onwards, let's not think about anything they did before that. But they've had some great players down the years, that Kaká and all that lot. And also now, playing in that game, is basically most of Man United's squad from 2017, which will be fun to watch.
Absolutely mental.
Yeah, incredible.
Lukaku, Ashley Young.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
And maybe, I reckon Jesse Lingard will be watching that one as well. Just sort of like... It looks alright, doesn't it? Actually looks alright over there.
I think Jesse probably needs to go. Well, how funny would it be? Because everyone's looking at Erling Haaland scoring. I don't know, he's probably, by the time this video gets edited, another 6 goals.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Isn't it? That's fair.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if Jesse went to Germany and scored like 11 goals before the end of the season? Everyone just goes, oh, I get it. It's fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage, and United are garbage. It would be funny, wouldn't it? But I think it's looking like Italy, innit, for him.
Looks like it. I mean, Raiola's come in and done his job for him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And what's funny is there's people watching this video simultaneously getting mad that he's going to get a transfer out of here and also want him out of here.
Yeah, I know. Pissed off that he's leaving, but if he stays, you're the worst player we've ever had.
Yeah, and also pissed off that he hired Raiola to get him out when you want him out.
Yeah, that is a weird one to me. Like, why you should just leave, you disgrace to the club. What, you're trying to leave? Disgrace to the club. You got to win.
The only reason he's hired Raiola is to get him a move.
Yeah, you've got to be in it. That's what Raiola does.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Yeah.
That's the key.
I mean, it's a big red flag, and I don't think even scoring a winner at Anfield would have saved him from the wrath of the fans for hiring Raiola. But if he's after, you want him to leave, the club wants him to leave, and he wants to leave, well, get the guy that's going to facilitate the leave.
And you get some mega bucks as well.
I don't know how much he's getting for Jesse Lingard, to be honest.
I reckon he'll get 150 grand a week.
Yeah, I don't want how much we're getting for selling him.
Oh, nothing. They're getting for free. Somehow. They'll facilitate. So they use the word facilitate, don't they? And then he's just gone, he didn't get any money for him. Undisclosed, facilitate, you know.
Undisclosed is mad when all these companies are publicly listed.
Yeah, it is
How
weird.
much selling for? Not telling you.
Don't matter, does it? Although every quarter you see United spent 12 million getting rid of Mourinho. You're like, why does that have to come out? But we don't get to say that we got 65 million for Lukaku. Everyone gets to report we got way less than we bought him for. Anyway,
Inter Milan are in second. They're 3 points behind Juventus. AC Milan are sitting in 8th. The last time AC beat Inter was all the way back in the 15-16 season.
I thought you were going to say the 15th century. I was like, it can't have been that long ago.
No, they've been decent.
That's ridiculous, that, isn't it?
It is.
God's sake, 4 years.
Imagine being on the receiving end of a slapping in your local derby every week. Wouldn't know.
No, wouldn't.
Wouldn't know.
We're doing pretty good, aren't we?
High five.
Love it.
Even though we're shy.
Yeah, but we beat City like 3 times a year. It's amazing.
Can get it.
Unbelievable.
Do you know what? Inter are playing AC. Sorry, no. Yeah, they are. I mean, they are. That wasn't what I wanted to say. AC are playing Juve next week in a Coppa Italia semi-final at Fixture League. Wow. I want to go.
Bilingual. Should we try and go?
Well, I am trying to go.
Can I go?
I don't know. Do you know what, right? Obviously, we got some trips in that, haven't we? We had Australia, we had Singapore, I went to Bahrain, and I was like to the missus, like, I'm thinking of going Milan next week. She's like, can I come? I'm like, I mean, why?
More of a work team. That's what
I'm going to go watch football.
Oh,
and
the
like,
pizza though, Steve.
I'll just go shopping. I'm like...
Where? Versace?
Well, Milan.
Yeah, but
pretty good for shopping.
It's quite expensive though, isn't
Milan, isn't it? Well,
I'd be terrified.
She can go looking then. And now I'm like, oh.
You can go to like the 7-Eleven.
Here's the nightmare you're in. I go, no, you can't come. She goes, well, you're not fucking going, are you? Or, she'd never say that to me, but she can definitely get a fucking mood on.
She'd hint it. She'd hint at it.
Or what she does is, she extremely sarcastically puts comments on all the photos that I put. Because if you go back and look at some of the ones from Australia, she never
always wanted to go to Australia on basically every post we did.
Yeah, and she'd never mentioned it ever. So I guarantee that's exactly how it goes down if we go Milan next week. And there's another reason to go Milan. I want to go and fucking talk to Fabrizio Romano.
Oh my God, imagine.
Yeah.
I'd love
Would you like a warm down with us and Fabrizio Romano?
Transfer king.
Right, and here's the nightmare scenario that you put yourself in. Because you go, hello Fabrizio, how you doing? Here's my wife.
Yeah.
That's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit.
Come on, love.
No.
The situations you put me in.
Here we go, eh? Imagine.
Yeah, here we go.
That's what it's called if you do get him.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, I'd love it.
And there's the wife.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Like, I go, okay, if you can tell me what the San Siro is, you can come.
What would you do if you turn up and it was like, she's getting a transfer away from you? He's like, how do you know? She's like, I've just got contact.
Here we go.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be good. She's moving on.
Well, the window's open. We are looking for
replacement.
Someone with potential.
Right, what else is on this week then?
Divorce by the sound of things. Right, let's have some calls. What are you doing this weekend?
Well, Friday, going to be watching the cricket. You like a bit of cricket?
No.
No? Well, I do. England playing South Africa in the second one-day international.
Do you know what? The only cricket I ever watched was when we was in the hotel room last year on tour.
And I kept putting the World Cup on.
Yeah, and that was the only reason I watched it, for one, and two, that I knew that we won the World Cup.
Fun though, wasn't it? Do you know what I think would be even more fun? Let's get Dean Smith from Betting Pro to tell us even more about England against South Africa.
Hi, Dean.
Hello.
Hi, is you okay?
I'm all right. Thank you.
I'm good. I'm very good.
How are you, though?
Yeah, not too bad. Wasn't the best start to the one-day series yesterday for England. First one-day international since we won the World Cup last summer. And I think a little bit of rustiness was there because
I thought that. That's what I said to you, wasn't it?
So rusty. Yeah. It was like a bike at the back of an old shed, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Rust. Just a lot of rust.
You guys watched as well, obviously. So
I watched it. He's not quite a fan.
Cricket. It's like pool on a big surface.
It is just big snooker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I agree with that. One ball.
Yeah, if you want.
Do you know what? It's like baseball.
Yeah.
Who watches baseball? And then you actually go to a live game and you go, I get it.
Yeah.
It's about getting smashed and eating.
Yeah.
And that's two things I can get behind.
Yeah, exactly. Take some alcohol, take a few Cornish pasties, sit there all day, get sunburnt as F, go home. Who won? Can't remember. Let's go back tomorrow because it's 5 days.
That is a mad thing about cricket.
This isn't 5 days.
How long's this one?
This is 50 overs, so it's 1 day. So it's about 8 hours. Something like that. Probably like 11 in the morning to about 6 or 7 at night.
All right, Dean, who's winning this week?
Well, I'm actually going to go for England to turn the series around. I know they lost yesterday quite comfortably in the end, but I think we've got the better side. I know we've got a few players out missing at the minute. We've rested a few for the one-day series.
That's what I'm saying as well.
I think there'll be a few players trying to win the places back for the upcoming games and for the T20 World Cup, which is later this year. So I think we'll get some big performances. And I think England will win the next 2 one-day internationals and win the series, and that's available at 6-4 with William Hill.
6-4?
6-4, that's not bad, is it?
No,
so is it best of 4 again, this one?
Best of 3. So there's only two one-dayers left, so we've got to win both. But obviously, at those odds, the bookies think that we've got every chance, and I do as well. Obviously, the next game's tomorrow. If we win that, we'll go into the final game as favourites. And it's worth noting that we haven't lost an ODI series in 3 years now. So come on, 6 points. Nice. Got to be done.
That is very nice, isn't it? Very, very nice indeed. I haven't lost in 3 years, Steve. What do you think to that?
How often have they played, for starters? Because guess what?
A few times a year. They don't play 100 matches a year. It's not like basketball.
I haven't lost a 100 metres race in 15 years.
Have you not?
No.
I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you, actually.
But when you realise that I also haven't run a race in 15 years, it deflates it a bit, doesn't it?
It does a little bit.
I mean, cheers, Dino.
Thank you very much. So that's what I'm doing with my weekend. What have you got planned for this weekend, Steve, since you're not a cricket guy?
Well, yep, correct. Not a cricket guy.
It's a great
Although, do you know what? Again, like we've been saying, like, let us know where you want us to go. Joe, I'm going to get all over the place in this one. I am going to go watch Salford in a bit of Super League this week. Taking my old man. It's his birthday next week, so I'm going to go take him to a quick little Salford game. Yeah, treat
hopefully they'll win this time.
Yes, because, do you know what? We was underdogs against Saints, I think it's fair to say. Reigning Super League champions.
A repeat
of... I mean, I was saying it last week. Like, a repeat of the Super League Grand Final. 12 new signings from Salford. You go, all right, they're going to take a little bit of time to gel. Saints beat us without getting out on neutral.
Is 12 new signings too many? Because in my head, that's ridiculous.
I think they needed strengthening. Here's the problem, right? It's quality over quantity, isn't it? That's what you want. If you can get 1 or 2 signings, you're laughing.
Yeah.
But if you get 12 signings and they're all a bit... it's not going to do anything.
No.
It's the quality of players. You haven't replaced Bibby, you haven't replaced Jones, you haven't replaced Jackson Hastings, and that's going to be a problem for Salford going into this season. There was a couple of players that I thought Williams looked good. He looks like, I mean, I can't accuse the guy of doing steroids, but he looks like a steroid version of Mo Salah. You know, interesting.
It is interesting.
Good-looking player.
So what was the score then?
I think it was 44-8.
It's a lot of points in one side and not many on the other side, isn't it? What about, I'm backing Warrington to win it, Warrington Wolves. How did they do?
Not a good start against Wigan. Wigan ran out winners there. It was a lot closer than Salford and Saints.
I'll take it. I'll take a close loss.
Yeah. So Super League got off to a flight. I mean, there were some great games. The Warrington Wigan game was a belting game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Salford St Helens one wasn't. Honestly, literally, they didn't get out of neutral, let alone first gear. It was an absolute canter for him. It was so easy. It was at St Helens. Tellings.
Yeah.
But first home game of the season for Salford this weekend against Toronto. We're welcoming Sonny Bill Williams.
So is that the first? I guess that's Toronto's first away game as well.
I don't actually know, to be honest with you. I think I'm not sure. I'll have to check. I'm not sure. But also this weekend UFC. John Jones, Dominic Reyes.
It's a good fight.
Do you know what? A couple of years ago, around about the time of, and this might be a coincidence, it might be the reason, around at the time of the WME buyout.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
When they sold it, and they sold it at such a peak. Like, Conor was the biggest thing in the world. They just brought Brock Lesnar back and didn't piss test him. They had Ronda doing what she was doing. It was literally, and John Jones was like
the best ever time for UFC.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Every card was
yeah, it was mental.
At that time, you would get 1, 2, 3 sometimes title fights on a card. Some of the cards was like the main event, the co-main event, the first card. The first fight on the main card was usually like, oh my, it was like Cowboy usually in it or something. Incredible.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
That era's gone.
Yeah, and there was often like bantamweight and flyweight fights on like what was it back then? On Fight Pass and all that. Like, there was like title fights not even on pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Now you have pay-per-views without title fights.
Yeah. And now you've also got pay-per-views with an undercard where you go...
Why is that, do you think?
I don't know.
It's weird, isn't it?
I don't know. I honestly think a new 65-pound division, a 165-pound division would make a massive difference. In fact, make 2 new divisions. Like, Joe Rogan's been a proponent of this, and I actually spoke to the president of IMAF about this, and he was like, "Yeah, I'd really like to bring it in." I was like, "Bring it in, then."
Well, like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90.
Well, yeah, you go from if you go low enough, you've got 115, 125, 135, 145, 155. Bring in a 165. What do you call it? I don't know, junior welterweight, something like that, I don't know.
Just like fucking...
Move 70 to 75.
Banterweight.
And then you've got 85, make a 95.
Yeah, because that's a massive one at the minute, isn't it? 85 to 205, is that
bring in, change 70 to 75, bring in a 65, bring in a 95. Laughing.
Yeah.
Gives you 3 new champions.
Yeah.
3 new... champion weights.
And people might get injured less because they're not cutting weight.
Bingo, yeah. And you could also... Look, let's be honest, the UFC needs Conor to have a belt. He ain't beating Khabib.
No.
So basically give him the 165 belt.
Yeah, exactly.
Or move Khabib up to 65 and let Conor be the lightweight champion. Look, You can do that. And like I said, I was chatting to Kerith Brown from IMAF, I'm a president, and he was saying like he'd really like to introduce that sort of weight class. I said, just do it. You're IMAF. You can just do that.
People worried it's going to become like boxing, but it's not just going to go straight. That's ridiculous.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, and also boxing's got like 20 titles.
I remember when they introduced Jose Aldo at 145 and also brought in the 135.
It's Dominic Cruz then, wasn't it?
Yeah, and at the times, and it was like, oh, this is too many weight classes. No, it's perfect. Yeah. You need it.
And also 145 and 135, if you include the women's, has been pretty much the two biggest divisions pay-per-view wise, other than heavyweight.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's Conor and Ronda, essentially.
But even so, they wouldn't have had a place to fight before, and Conor might never have been champion at 145.
No.
At 155, sorry.
Yeah, if he'd came in initially in that, because 1155's killer's row.
Yeah,
usually.
Exactly.
I mean, okay, he became champion of that weight class, but could he have
won
carved
6 in a row like he did? Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
Probably come up against someone totally different. But anyway, this weekend we've got John Jones. It's always a treat when John Jones fights. And do you know what? He's fought a lot lately, but he's not fought anyone that you go, no. He's got pedigree here. Jones got pedigree. Dominic Reyes. And he's got a motherfucker of a left hand as well. 12-0.
Scary, innit? Anytime someone's got that O next to him, you think
there's something there.
There's the potential for this to be Khabib or John Jones. I know he's got the one, but it's not real, is it?
No, he beat someone too badly, and they was like, can't do that.
Yeah, shouldn't have done that, mate. You shouldn't have beat him up. What, you told me to? Not like that, though. Fine.
Yeah, I honestly think that this is a cracker of a fight. John Jones, when you listen to some of the stuff he said, he'd give himself an excuse to lose. Like, Joe, he'd come into some fights and he'd go, I'm just going to party all the way through this. So if I lose, then I go, nah, I didn't train.
Yeah.
I think there's a different John Jones now. I think that John Jones actually wants to have a legacy and wants to put it up. And look, if he comes in, Dominic Reyes still hasn't got that pedigree, really, where you go, well, if he loses to him, I think this would be a nightmare for him to lose to. Yeah. And it's not also going to be one that cements his legacy. But John Jones is talking about fighting Stipe.
That's too much, isn't it?
John Jones needs to be the heavyweight champion of the UFC. Yeah. He needs to be.
He's been working on them legs for like years now. You see him doing deadlifting since like the first DC fight. Like there's got to be some weight in there to pump him up to whatever it needs to be.
I mean, I wonder what he is then. 205. I think he's cutting. Yeah, he's probably like 220. So he's a small heavyweight, isn't he?
But Stipe's a relatively small heavyweight. He's not like prime over him 265, 275.
When we had the big boys that were cutting down for $3 bills.
Stipe's like 235 usually, isn't he? So he's not a giant, and he would be like sacrificing a lot of reach and a lot of height on Jones. But for this fight, then, at some point, is John Jones going to start to show these wars that he's had? Because he's won every fight he's ever had, but he took a lot of damage against DC, took a lot of damage against Gustafsson in the first one. He's taken a lot of shots in his career.
He's not taken that many shots, I don't think.
No, but not compared to how many fights he's had. But he is over the other side of 30. He does rely on just being better than everyone at everything. I think he's 31. Is it 32? So, at some point, we're going to see John Jones not getting better anymore.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he's peaked already. That'd be interesting to see. I think it'd be nice if he finished at light heavyweight now, because there's nothing for him there. No one cares.
If he wins this, there's nothing there.
Yeah, and is there an argument to say, could he? Is there any interest in seeing DC at heavyweight with him? I think there probably would be.
There would, but he has won twice, hasn't he?
But not heavyweight.
That's true.
And does that weight cut of Cormier make any sort of a difference in this?
Yeah.
Don't know is the answer. We don't know.
Would he be able to get his arms around Cormier at heavyweight to chuck him in the air like he did in that first one?
Genuine heavyweight DC just come in at like 266.
Yeah.
Have some of that.
I remember an episode of Robot Wars once where there was this robot that put a cage on the outside of their robot so it couldn't go in the pits. I reckon that's what DC's going to do. Just come out like a wardrobe so he can't get his arms around him, can't take him down.
Genius. But anyway, that could be a belter of a fight.
Yeah.
Reyes, in all honesty, is probably going to get dealt with like every other person that's entered the cage with John Jones, but he does also have the knockout power to be able to do something about it. Valentina Shevchenko is on the undercard. She's the co-main event. Outside of that, Derek Lewis is fighting Ilir Latifi, which is that's potentially mad fight, but ultimately that shouldn't even this is not a good card for a pay-per-view. It's a pretty ordinary card for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I like Latifi's head though. It's quite nice. It's nice and big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cartoon head.
Yeah. So you can look forward to that.
That's enough what we think.
Yeah.
I think we should bring Lee from Betting Pro. Lee, who's winning?
John Jones. Absolutely, John Jones. There's no doubt about it. He almost looks bored nowadays. He's His last fight he won by split decision. It's the first time he hasn't stopped a guy.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been split decision, but I thought it was bollocks. I thought, dominated. Yeah, ridiculous. Judging bollocks.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes with fight sports nowadays with judges. You never know what they're going to do, but he just looks bored. It looks like he needs a fight that'll really sort of get him going, get him fired up. And those fights at heavyweight, if he steps up to heavyweight, there's a list of fights that would really, really excite people. But right now, he's just going through contenders. It's one of them of who hasn't he fought yet, who hasn't he beat yet. Oh, you, okay, you're next. So I just don't think we'll see an inspired John Jones. I think he'll go out there, he'll dictate the pace, he'll dictate where the fight takes place, and get the judge's decision again. And at the end of it, we'll all be fighting to stay awake at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's the next time we'll look forward to then.
So, what's your tip for the fight card then?
Well, for the women's title fight, there's Valentina Shevchenko against Caitlin Chukagian. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Not expecting fireworks in that one either. So, you might want to put the coffee on. Neither fighter are particularly aggressive. They're more counter strikers, but Shevchenko's outstanding. There's only one woman in women's MMA that is better than her, and that's Amanda Nunes. If she had Amanda Nunes' fire, then Shevchenko would be a lot hotter property, but she does what she does. She does it well. She'll get the decision. At the minute, Paddy Power 10-11, that she wins by decision. But if you wait around at some point in the coming days, the bookies will start doing exact method of decision, and then Shevchenko via unanimous decision will be more way to go on that. And the market isn't out yet for it, but Derek Lewis, the guy who had hot balls, he's on the card as well. He's fighting Ilir Latifi, who's stepping up from light heavyweight, and just expect Lewis to roll over him, absolutely steamroller him, stop him inside one round, beat him up, finish him, and that'll be that. So you will get fireworks in that fight.
Yeah.
Are you thinking a treble then, or are you thinking just straight on any of those?
Straight on Jones, because the odds Jones is 13-8 to win by decision, which is pretty decent. I haven't looked at the odds for a treble, but yeah, I'd be confident to put them in a treble. I think that'd lead to a really nice return.
So what's your big tip of the week then? Have you got one, or are you just saying that just Jones, Shevchenko, and Derek Lewis straight wins? Yeah,
definitely. It's not. There's just not a lot on the card where you look at it and can find a real extreme amount of value. When you've got a dominant champ like Jones, you've got a dominant champion like Shevchenko. You can't go against them. So it's trying to make the best of a bad situation, which gets even worse if you expect the fight to go the distance, because you can't even now look at it and say, oh well, I think he'll finish him in the third, or I think she'll finish her in the fourth. They're going to go 5 rounds. It's going to be 25 minutes. So on these sort of cards, you really have to sort of take what you can get. And for me, that's what I've done with these two.
Very nice.
Sam, nice one. Cheers, Paul.
Cheers, mate.
Is there racing on this week?
I think there might be some racing on. They always seem to put racing on, don't they? Those horses got to run. They love it.
Is there a season for racing?
I think it's spring, summer, winter, July, or whatever it's called.
Thanks.
Autumn.
Thanks. Right. Boxing has like 1 week off.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, I'm going to get this wrong, but let's just say it confidently and people might believe it. July.
Really?
I think they basically have 1 week off and then that's the new season.
And that week is July. The week of July.
Yeah, the week of July.
Yeah.
The week of July.
Most sports, when it's sports where it's like everyone's just playing by themselves, you can usually just play all through the year, can't you?
Yeah.
Golf,
is tennis because obviously all of the competition. Anyway, forget it. Do you know who Tom, is there any racing on this week?
Yeah, there is. There's the Betfair Super Saturday at Newbury, which is the biggest meeting of the weekend.
Which day is that on?
It's on the Saturday.
Okay. Just checking.
You never know.
Yeah. And who should we be looking out for?
So there's 3 major races, which are the Game Spirit Chase, which Altior is odds-on favourite. He is a superstar, so he will win that. Then you've got the...
Hang on, wait, roll back. The absolute audacity of the confidence that Tom had there. Right, why is he winning that?
He is a superstar, like I said. He is the best horse in the field. He'll run away with it.
Longest legs?
But he's 1-2, so I mean, it's not really worth backing.
Nice. I
can't believe that. Right. Tom, we're going to put your Twitter on screen. And we're going to send a Bushy your way when it doesn't win. You alright with that? No,
yeah, fine. When he wins,
Yeah, and when he wins, you can be super smug, so that's fine. Yeah. But I can't. But I've never heard anyone. I've heard people go. I feel like this is.
This guy's the favourite.
But some just come in like, listen, shut up, you pair of dicks. You know what you're talking about. I do. He's winning.
The odds are slim, but he ain't not losing.
Yeah,
he ain't not winning.
Wow.
Whatever.
Wow. Can't wait to clip this up at the weekend. Go on. What was the second race?
The other is the Denman Chase, where you've got Native River. He's odds-on favourite again. He should win, but I'm not as confident on that one.
Yeah, you see that then? Bottled it, didn't he, after the first one, going absolutely turbo on it. So this one is only a should win. But neither of those are your tips, right?
No, there's no value there. So I've gone for the Betfair Hurdle at 335, and I'm tipping Mac the Man, who is... his trainer, Evan Williams, is bang in form at the moment, and he is also bang in form. And to me, he is the one they've all got to beat if they want to win. And he's around 5-1 at the moment, so there's value there.
Worth winning.
Do you know with horses, do you know like boxers, when they've got a big fight coming up, they have like a 6-week or like an 8-week training camp? Do horses have like proper training camp, like sparring partners, like where they get like another little horse into racing?
What he's saying is, do they run on a beach in sweatpants in slow-mo?
Yeah, we see a horse like trotting up some steps in slow motion.
Not quite, no. They've got their stables, they train, but nothing like Rocky.
So they don't have like a training camp as such?
They just train all the time.
I wanted to see a horse in a sauna cutting weight. That's what I wanted. A horse with one of those like foil jackets on, trying to cut the last
towel around its neck.
Yeah. Steam coming off it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah. Maybe we need to go and watch some horse training.
That'd be great.
Did he have a speed bag? No, not have a speed bag, did he? Yeah.
Trotting it.
Right, cheers, Tom. Where can people find more of your awesome tips?
So they're all on the website or Facebook, Twitter, wherever. GG, you've got the website down below, so click on that.
Yep, we do have that down below. All right, nice one. Cheers, Tom.
Cheers, guys.
I know what I was going to talk to you about.
What?
I watched Ford versus Ferrari this week.
Oh, I've heard it's good.
Oh, it is good.
Is it?
Yeah, apart from Christian Bale's, I think it's Brummie-ish accent, it's fucking shit.
Rough.
But... yeah, it's shit. Like, there's no but. It's shit.
But you know what? I give him a little bit of leeway because he himself doesn't have an accent, does he? Because he's Welsh and he's got an American and English accent.
I thought he was Australian.
Christian Bale?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's Welsh. Check it, Steve. Yeah, because he's done so much acting, learned so many lines, done all that, different characters.
Just Googled Christian Ale.
Christian Ale. He's in Haverfordwest in Pembrokeshire, Wales. So, you know what? It's got to be difficult for him.
He does have citizenship for America.
Yeah, see? But you know what? Fair play to him. If he can't do an accent that well, I give him credit because he can't even do his own accent. How can you do a Brummie accent when you're from Wales? I don't know. It's right over the border. It is, actually. Not far right over the border. Anyway, so yeah, his shit Brummie accent does great a little bit at times. Playing Ken Miles, a brilliant racer. In fact, the whole... I wanted to see more of the AC Cobra is one of my favourite cars of all time. When I'm having a midlife crisis, get me one of those, my boys. It's about... pretty soon. A couple of hours away. Yeah. So if I ever come into some cash, that's the first car I'm buying. One of those absolutely ridiculous ones. 7-litre little sports car. The whole history of that sports car is amazing. And then you see how the whole... The GT40 sort of Le Mans car, you know, it comes into it. Carroll Shelby himself, fascinating character, played by Matt Damon. Doesn't really fill you with that sort of John Wayne, Texas kind of like, you know, kind
Gravitas.
of vibe.
Yeah, so it doesn't. It's not offensive. Yeah.
It's got great reviews though. The film as a whole.
It is a really good film, yeah. And obviously because it's set on stuff that really happened, it's difficult to I mean, they do. It is what they do. They blag it, but it was still a good film, and it got me thinking. Oh, do you know what? Le Mans doesn't have the sort of the prestige that Monaco Grand Prix has, but I bet because of that. It's probably not mental to go to. Because you want to go to Monaco Grand Prix, you need like 10 grand.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Monaco's ludicrously expensive at the best of times.
You're on a mountain overlooking nothing, and you can...
I went to Monaco. Pint of lager, €21. Not even joking. Not joking. This was at a cafe outside the Monte Carlo casino. €21 for a lager. What? We shared it between about 8 of us. Mental.
What?
I know, just so stupid.
And that's from not even Grand Prix time. That was just any other time of the year. It was
April last year. 2018 even.
So anyway, we keep saying, don't we, which sporting events do you want to see us go to? Mm-hmm. Now, Le Mans is in June, I think.
That'd be good.
It ain't that day.
No,
it ain't that day for like VIP type, Joe, like enclosures and stuff like that. Because but here's the thing. This is my question to you guys. This is why I brought it up, because do you not watch the race for 24 hours, surely?
Nah.
Because that's graft.
Yeah.
And it starts at 4 p.m. as well.
Right. So you're already pissed by the time it starts, let's face it.
Yeah. Right? What do you do? I'm imagining you watch a couple of hours once it gets dark.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour or so, and then you must swan off to a party.
Do they have tellies and that for when it's dark? Because how can you even see where things are?
It's a mad race, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a bit risky, innit? But yeah, I'd love to go to that. I reckon if we can really push it, I reckon we can get you on the grid. Get you driving.
All right, I was going to say like in a pair of shorts, like,
like
holding a number.
No, holding the flag at the start. You're like the grid girl.
That's a bit carried away. No, I thought you meant like because every car has a couple of grid girls on it, don't they?
Yeah, you could be one of them.
Yeah, I could.
We'd have to get some wearing some lycra though. Would you do that?
No problem.
Love it.
Oh, fucking top in lycra. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going. This is this life's all about going experiencing shit, innit, right? And ultimately, I think sport is the ultimate conduit for that. I don't know if you remember this. Champions League back in the day used to have something called the Big Ticket that they'd advertise when it was on ITV.
No.
And one of the competitions that it was in a calendar year, you go and watch like Super Bowl, the Rugby World Cup was in there was Test cricket, there was...
Like if it was like the Olympics,
State
like
of Origin,
100-metre final, you'd see that.
And it was all of them. It was like 10, 11 events in 1 year. The Champions League final obviously was one of them. And you just think, how cool is that?
Yeah. And it was like all expenses paid, hotel, spending money on each one. Amazing, wasn't it? I'd have loved that.
So how do you do that, but with a budget? And I thought something like Le Mans, that's like you grew up hearing about this race. I only know that place exists in France because of the race that's there. Like, I want to go.
Yeah,
I really want to go. Yeah. So, if there's stuff like that we can find and get to, or anything along those lines, let us know in the comments. What's a mad, really cool sporting event like that? Calcio Historica.
What's that?
It's in Florence, I think. I might have messed that up. It might be Perugia, maybe. But I think it's in Florence. They play it in the town square. And it's that violent rugby, football, MMA sort of thing that they do.
As long as we can watch from a distance.
But you can't partake. They stopped people partaking in it. So now you literally have there's basically 4 towns, Florence, wherever, or cities, I imagine it is, that they play this historical game of fucking gladiator football, essentially.
Yeah, I'm going to that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, but this is it. Like you can't partake in it. You used to
fun, exciting, weird sporting events that we can go to?
Yeah, like is there there must be some I can't even think. My brain's just gone.
Well, like cheese rolling. Is that sport?
Oh, there's the Cheese Hill thing in Cheltenham and Gloucester area for finger.
Double Gloucester, I'll say.
I think you can even partake in that.
I'm not going to do it. I'll break my leg.
Yeah, but.
It's too long to go down a hill quickly.
It'd heal.
You'd be better.
I'd be fine, yeah. Low centre of gravity.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Get some roller skates on, just lean forward.
Yeah. Laughing. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you want to see us go to any of those. But I'm going to try and hook that up. June might be a bit quick.
Yeah. Later on in the year.
Obviously, the Euros is on. Pre-season's on, but I won't mind going to something along those lines.
Beautiful.
But like I said, these videos, this fixture list is brought to you by the good folks at the Catena Sports Network. They've got all tips on all sorts of sports. Maybe we'll go and have a look at one of their sites and just see. Let's go on Betting Pro and just see
what they do.
Something I've never heard of. If you'd like to go and check that out yourself, the links for those are in the description. You can go and check out all the lads that we spoke to on calls today and go and speak to them and find out everything that's going on with what they're up to and what their tips are for all the different sporting events. Thank you guys for watching. From me, from Joe. See you in the next one.
See ya.